Well, right here we can see Chicago looking for Michael down in the low post. Concact guarding Longley at the three-point line. Longley does the right thing going to the rim. Concact did the right thing by trapping Jordan.
Ron Harper. Jordan finds Longley, or tries to, and it goes out of bounds. It'll be Orlando, but up. Chicago ball.
Well, we could see Orlando. That time they sent 3 guys at Michael Jordan. They know Michael wants to take this game over because his team has struggled offensively with only 38 points. They're very aware of Michael Jordan. Don't want to let him get off.
There's Jordan off the glass and in.
Well, we see what happens when they don't double-team Michael.
Jordan now 4 of 11. He's got 12 points. Jordan guards Anderson. O'Neal calls for it. Jump hook over Longley is good. He's got 28.
And I like Shaq's patience. Again, he got good position, taking 1 extra dribble. He gets in trouble when he tries to shoot the ball after 1 dribble.
Harper, Rodman. Shaquille O'Neal continues to guard Dennis Rodman. Here's Pippen, picked up by Dennis Scott. Longley into the hands of Harper. 5 on the shot clock. Ron Harper takes the shot, doesn't get it. Longley with an offensive board. Pippen for 3, short. Rebound Hardaway.
Little bit, you got to give Dennis Scott credit right now. Scottie Pippen's been pretty quiet at the offensive end. Done a good job of keeping Scottie out on the perimeter.
Anderson for 3. Pippen takes it away from Rodman.
Well, Anderson's struggling a little bit from the three-point line. He's 0 for 4 in the game, but he's got to continue to take that shot when he's open.
Lead is 18, 9-12 to go, third quarter. Orlando, and Michael Jordan will go to the free throw line as Nick Anderson gets his 3rd foul.
Right here we see Shaq being very patient at the offensive end. Longley can't be too aggressive with him. He picked up 2 quick fouls early in the game. Shaq's intensity and aggressive offensive attitude took a little bit of aggressiveness away from Longley right from the get-go. Longley's got to forget about all that and just play. He can't worry about fouling out. He needs to play with the same aggressiveness that he started the game with.
Longley scoreless tonight. Remember how Sunday he hit the first 4. Here's Anderson saving it for Orlando. Jordan picks him up in the backcourt. Pippen comes to the trap. Scottie Pippen back to Michael Jordan. Beautiful.
You got to delay a game warning is all. Nothing to get too excited about. Right there, Michael Jordan trying to get this crowd in the game. Right here just turns Nick Anderson. Nick shouldn't be handling the ball full court against Michael anyway. Great play by Scottie getting the ball back to Michael for the dunk. Michael single-handedly has got this crowd in the game.
Now Hardaway brings it across the midcourt line. Contact guarded by Rodman. Jordan on Anderson. 8:39 to go, third quarter, and a 14-point lead. Jordan doubling down on O'Neal. O'Neal saves it. But they're going to have a shot clock violation.
Beautiful defense by Michael. Michael made it very difficult for them to get the ball into Shaq on the low post. Brian Hill needs to make some adjustments.
Brian Hill has called an Orlando timeout. Chicago, where the Bulls have enjoyed a decided offensive rebounding edge through the playoffs thus far. You see how it has increased in each of the games they have played. And tonight they do have an offensive rebounding edge, Danny, of 11-6, but they haven't converted their second chance points.
No, Orlando leads them 4-0, and in game 1, Chicago converted 27 points off the offensive glass. So even though they have 11, but they're not getting that many shots after, or makes after the offensive boards.
Harper, Pippen, Jordan, Longley, and Rodman for Chicago. No changes for Orlando. Here's Michael Jordan, fouled by Shaquille O'Neal.
Good penetration. We can see Michael realizing, recognizing his team needs some offense, takes the ball aggressively to the basket.
First foul for Shaquille O'Neal. Well, again, Michael talking after game 1, that 38-point thumping how people thought it was a matter of him seeking personal redemption in that game. He had a couple of turnovers that were costly in Game 2 last year against Orlando, and he said, really, it was a team thing. Thus, he decided to play conductor instead of soloist.
Well, he played conductor early in this game too, Vern, but it won't last. With his team behind, he won't play conductor much longer.
Yeah, I got a feeling he's taking on the Itzhak Perlman role here any moment.
Yeah, he scored all the points so far for Chicago here in this third quarter, and we can see his defensive presence.
Concac chases it down and calls time right before he tumbles out of bounds. 22nd timeout.
We can see Chicago, their defensive pressure picking up, denying the ball out on the wings, making it very difficult for Orlando to even get the ball into their offensive sets.
Of course, Game 2 tonight, and then they'll go down to Orlando for Games 3 and 4. Saturday at Orlando at 3:30 on NBC, and Monday at Orlando at 3:30 on NBC. By the way, Ahmad Rashad is here tonight, feeling better, and he reminded me at halftime that when you were a tyke, my word, not his, that he and Dan Fouts were your camp counselors. Is that right?
Yeah, those guys were my football heroes. Bobby Moore, before it was Ahmad Rashad, one of the great college football players of all time.
Well, confirm for me that Dan Fouts and Ahmad Rashad or Bobby Moore had to force you to have lunch with them because you were too mean to have lunch with the other guys?
Oh, man, he's starting bad stuff on me already.
.58-46, 7:57. To be continued. A 12-point game. It was 18. Entry pass to Pippen. Turnaround. Doesn't get the roll. O'Neal gets the rebound.
Scottie Pippen hasn't made Dennis Scott pay for an adjustment. We thought that might have been a mismatch as the game's going on, but Dennis Scott has done an excellent job of defending Pippen, who is only 3 for 9 so far in the game.
Scott posting up. Ron Harper guards him. Turnaround, too strong. But the putback from John Concac.
Well, it took two guys to seal Shaquille O'Neal off. Concac was left wide open under the basket.
4-3, in and out.
And we see Concac going the other way. Good box out, drawing the foul on Luke Longley at the other end. Right here, Dennis Scott kind of forces a shot. Good defense by Ron Harper. We see Longley and Rodman on the same side as Shaq. Concac's left wide open for the tap.
And Longley just picked up his third foul that does not yet dictate a move from Phil Jackson on the bench. O'Neal leaves it for Anderson. Jordan knocks it loose for the moment. But here comes Orlando. Dennis Scott gets it and will go to the free throw line.
And a cheap fourth foul on Luke Longley. Not an advised foul right there. But I like the pass. Nick Anderson didn't stand on the perimeter. He cut to the ball. Shaq found him. The ball movement, people movement, a lot more difficult to defend when Orlando moves bodies and the ball.
Scott's in and out. But the quality of his game has improved from game 1.
I think this Scottie Pippen matchup has got him a little bit more motivated, recognizing he's got to play every aspect of the game. Can't just stand out and watch. Be a participator, not a spectator.
Longley plays with 4. Hardaway, the switch on Pippen. Entry pass taken away by Scottie. He gets it back, but at the shot clock, nope. Shot clock violation.
Great defense again by Orlando. The penetration by Scottie Pippen was met by 3 Magic players, forcing him to lose the ball and the shot clock violation.
Scott, Hardaway, joined by Anderson, Concac, and O'Neal. Jordan guarding Dennis Scott. O'Neal.
Shaq smiling on his way down the court saying, I'm having a good time. This is a lot of fun. Longley in foul trouble is going to give up whatever he wants to Shaq right now. Longley's got to forget about foul trouble. They got a bunch of other guys to play Shaq.
See how the presence of O'Neal forced Michael to dish it out to the right side. They get the basket.
Scottie Pippen needs to get hot from the perimeter. You can see Chicago's defense extended again, trying to get this crowd in the game, trying to cross some turnovers, making them use some clock before Shaq catches the ball down low.
He has it again. 8 on the shot clock. Anderson calls for it. They get it to contact. 3 on the shot clock. Ron Harper, foul.
Well, Ron Harper just bailed him out. I thought he had his hand all on the ball right there, but Shaq picked up his dribble too quick. Scotty just faked at him. Looks like Harper's got his hand all on the ball. Contact loses control of it. With no time left on the shot clock, bails him out.
And the 15th foul of the third quarter. Contact gets the first.
Chicago's doing a very good job of getting the ball down to Shaq with very few seconds on the shot clock, forcing Shaq to make some quicker decisions.
Harper flies in for the rebound. It goes to Longley, and here comes Scottie Pippen. The lead is 17. And the foul is called.
Contact doesn't look like he's healthy, Vern. He's walking around on the court with a limp. He's hanging in there and playing very aggressive basketball, but looks like he's got a little bit of a limp to his game.
And he just picked up his 4th foul. Harper guarded by Hardaway. Contact puts it back in Longley's hands. Pippen. Harper for 3.
Oh, big shot by Ron Harper. Great defensive stand by Orlando. Ball just bounced back to Chicago. Good penetration. Harper nails the 3 right when they needed it.
Under 5 minutes to go in the third quarter. Scott to Contact. Quickly over to Anderson. He's now guarded by Ron Harper. O'Neal out of the double team finds Hardaway for 3. In and out. Harper has it. Chicago with a 3-on-3. They'll settle it down. Here comes Michael Jordan. Pippen. And Jordan gets it. Two on the shot clock. The runner is short. Here comes Anderson from Hardaway. Boy, that was a tough offensive set for Chicago.
Yeah, very tough offensive set. Looked like Michael stepped on a foot or something, rolled his ankle on his way to the basket that time, lost his balance.
They dive for the loose ball, but it's touched last by Harper and goes out of bounds. Now let's watch Michael Jordan on that last penetration.
Well, right here, he knows he's got Penny. He tries to take the ball to the hole, but just loses his balance. Right there, stepped right on Dennis Scott's foot. Fortunately, no injury, no sprained ankle happened for Michael on that play.
Judd Bushler is going to come on for the Bulls, and he'll give Ron Harper a rest. Tony Kukoc also getting ready to end of the game.
Well, the Bulls have expended a lot of defense here in this third quarter, Vern, trying to get back in the game. They haven't been able to crack. They've only got 1-point advantage so far in the third quarter.
Kukoc for Longley. O'Neal gets it. 5 on the shot clock. Rodman. And the rebound to Jordan. Here comes Scottie Pippen. Kicks it out to Bushler. Shaw's there.
Again, good defense by Orlando. Orlando sealing the play.
Are you kidding me?
Well, we see Shaq, who has absolutely no respect for Dennis's offensive game, is playing Dennis 2 feet from the basket when Dennis has the ball 8 feet away. Dennis making him pay all night.
With a jump shot. Rodman is now 5 of 7 from the field. He's got 12 points. Double comes from Pippen. That leaves Hardaway open. No. Jordan with another rebound.
Well, we see they're coming down on Shaq right away. Orlando's perimeter game is going to have to start picking it up.
Back to Jordan for 3. Pippen calls time after the steal. And the crowd will accompany him to the bench with thunderous applause. look, Danny, at that last play, the penetration setting up the three-point shot by Michael Jordan.
Well, right here, Scotty kicks the ball. Look at Brian Shaw right here. Dennis Scott right there. Look at their facial expressions as they know, oh, no, who's got him? We can't leave Michael open for a wide-open three. Right here, Dennis Rodman showing his great acting talents. Gets hit in the face, but then watch the double pump, flop, going back. Good defense, though, by Dennis, causing Shaq to catch the ball way outside of the paint.
Rodman with the Luganis. And Pippen with that last steal. That was the 10th Orlando turnover. An 8-0 run. The lead is 9. This is the closest Chicago has been since they trailed 39-31 late second quarter. Jordan. Foul, Brian Shaw.
Well, they're in the penalty right now. It doesn't look to me like Michael Jordan is orchestrating anymore, Vern. It looks like he's playing the tuba, the violin, the drums. He's doing everything. He's the whole band so far here in the third quarter.
Well, he gave up the Perlman role, and now he's gone to Pavarotti. An 8-point game.
And he's not only done it with his offense. He's going to score his 13th point for the line right here in the third quarter, but he's done it with the defensive intensity, causing a lot of turnovers.
A 7-point game. 12 in the quarter. 13 in the quarter for Michael Jordan.
Big character test right now for Orlando. This crowd is going crazy. Michael's got the hot hand. They got to find a way to score some points. It's a big possession.
O'Neal guarded by Rodman. Pippen with the double team. And the foul is called on Bushler, I believe, who nicked Hardaway.
Well, right here, because of the overload that Orlando has trying to get the ball into Shaq, they're making it very difficult, causing a lot of traffic around Shaq. He's not allowed to be as aggressive because of all the traffic in there. That time made a great feed to Penny for the easy two.
Foul was actually on Scottie Pippen, not Bushler, and it's his second foul. Hardaway at the line.
Well, we've been to the practice the last 2 days, Vern. Brian Hill makes them shoot free throws at the end of every practice. But this is a team that's not a good free throw shooting team.
That one slides through. Nick Anderson on the bench. Anthony Bowie is taking his spot. And here comes Jordan. He's got 13 in the quarter. It's back to a 9-point game with 2:20 to go, third period. Rodman. Underneath, alley-oop. Nope. And Kukoc saves it. Here's Bushler for three. Got it.
Oh, big play by Bush. Coming in the bench. Hitting a huge three-pointer. But again, second shot opportunity for Chicago.
A 6-point game with 1:50 to go, third quarter. Bushler doubles on O'Neal. Underneath, it's Hardaway with the cut in the basket.
Well, Michael tried to get there, anticipated the pass. Penny Hardaway did a great job of stealing Michael off and making the catch.
95 seconds to go, third quarter. Jordan. Foul by Bowie.
These second shots are just killing him right here. Dennis Rodman makes a good alley-oop pass, but doesn't just become a spectator, gets back involved in the action. Right here, Tony Kukoc finds Bushler wide open for the shot.
Judd Bushler, who during the course of the regular season hit 44% from three-point range. And Jordan back at the free throw line.
Michael doing the smart thing right now, realizing his team's in the penalty, putting pressure on that extended defense Orlando's trying to supply to him right now, apply to him.
And a look at tonight's GMC scoreboard, which of course is last night's Seattle victory over Utah by 4. We have a 6-point game here with 90 seconds to go, third quarter. Largest lead in this quarter has been 18 for Orlando as they try to even the series at a game apiece and take the home court advantage back with them to Florida. The runner from Royal is on, it won't go. Here comes Michael Jordan. Scottie Pippen over Scott.
wasn't enough to carry Utah, but Utah's a very good home team. This series has a long way to go.
Seems like just a moment ago we were talking about the absent second chance points for Chicago, Danny.
Yeah, and they got 6 quick ones on second chance. But Orlando's offense has lost its intensity, its confidence, its attitude that has started this game with. Right now they're having trouble even getting into their offensive sets.
Jordan goes for the steal on Scott. Pippen is there with a quick hand. Bushner from behind, out of bounds. Judd Bushner and Michael Jordan combined on that steal.
Well, as Orlando keeps trying to cross, they just keep causing traps. And Dennis Scott can never bail himself out of that trap. Penny Hardaway is the point guard. He needs to take him out of it. He needs to bring the ball up the court and get him into the offense right now.
And among the other problems for Orlando, they protected the ball so well in the first half. 5 turnovers in the third quarter. Jordan. Deadly. The lead is 2. A 15-point lead at halftime is all but evaporated.
You know, Vern, everybody always talks about Chicago's great offense, and they do have a good offense, make no mistake about it, but this defense is awesome, and that's what teams need to worry more about, trying to find a way to score.
Pippen goes for the steal, gets the jump ball.
Vern, they can't even make an entry pass. Chicago's contesting every single pass on the perimeter. Guys are so active. Orlando can't even get the ball into right here. They keep crossing. Penny Hardaway brings Scottie Pippen right over in front of Dennis Scott, trying to get the ball. Scott can't get rid of it out of the trap.
Tell you, when you've got Pippen and Jordan and Rodman down there, it's like 2 condors and an albatross. And they get the jump ball, and now they have a chance to tie or take the lead. Jordan has 17 in the quarter, and it stays there, but Pippen is fouled as he gets the rebound. And that sends Brian Hill free.
Well, Jordan went up for the shot, and Scottie got fouled at the buzzer, going for the offensive rebound. I think they're just trying to decide how much time is left on the clock before, when the whistle blew for the foul.
4/10 of a second will be put back on the clock.
Well, watch Scottie on the weak side. He's got Donald Royal, gives Donald the first push. Royal tries to box out, going for the rebound. I guess he fouled him with his back, jumping for the rebound.
Scottie Pippen will go to the free throw line with 4/10 of a second left and a chance to tie it up.
When you start playing with this kind of intensity and with this kind of aggressiveness, the crowd gets involved in the game. It all started with Jordan and Pippen's extended defense on the perimeter. They start getting the calls as well.
Horace Grant can't do anything but encourage his teammates tonight. Brian Hill is still asking for an explanation of the foul. Missed them both. We've reached the end of 3. Michael Jordan leads the Bull comeback. 17 points in the third quarter. And we go to the fourth with the Orlando Magic up by a couple. Welcome back to Chicago, Illinois, site of the second game of the Eastern Conference Finals. You look at one of the most glorious skylines in North America, indeed the world, and a couple of miles away from there out on Madison Street, not Avenue, United Center, where the Chicago Bulls also have the oldest starting lineup in the NBA. 8 NBA titles between Rodman and Pippen and Michael Jordan. And experience certainly told in that third quarter when the faces of these men reflect the fact that they outscored Orlando by 13 points and they shaved the 15-point deficit down to 2.
Well, they've gone to their bench. They got Winnington coaching Kerr. Certainly not the defensive presence that Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen created in that third quarter. Michael needs a little bit of rest. He expended a lot of energy in that third quarter getting his team back in it.
Nick Anderson gets the screen from Scott into the hands of Brian Shaw. Here's Hardaway, guarded by Pippen. Anderson for 3. In and out. Rebound controlled by Shaw, and a fresh 24 for Orlando. Harper guards Hardaway. Scott off the dribble. No. Rebound Winnington. And another chance to tie. They had a chance at the end of the quarter. Harper, out of bounds, touched by contact. He narrowly avoided his 5th foul.
Holy cow, he tackled him out of bounds. Contact goes up to guard Harper, knows he concedes a shot, or tries to finish, just hammers him out of bounds. Ed Middleton couldn't see it from the angle that he had, I guess.
I guess.
I think all 20,000 people in the stands had a better angle, and they could see it.
Wennington, guarded by Koncak, who is noticeably limping. Scottie Pippen gets it in the hands of Kukoc. Here's Harper for 3, and the lead, no. Crowd was ready to explode.
Well, Penny tries to run, but he doesn't have any teammates running with him. 4 Chicago players back quick, stopping that transition.
Shaw, fouled.
These first fouls, this first part of the 4th quarter are very important. In the 3rd quarter, Michael Jordan was very smart by going to the free throw line. Knew they got in the penalty quick, shot 8 free throws in that 3rd quarter. So these fouls that don't play anything right now, you just take them out of bounds. Add up here down the stretch of the game.
Back to Hardaway. Kukoc trying to guard him. Penny takes it to the hole. No. But another offensive board for Orlando. That shot from Scott out there, and Kukoc finally gets it for Chicago. And yet again, they have a chance to tie or take the lead.
Orlando's not even getting good shots. Penny made a good penetration right there, couldn't finish, but they just go out, rush the shot.
Pippen from Kukoc, and we're tied. Brian Shaw guarded by Steve Kerr. Under 10 minutes to go. First tie in the game since we were at 2-all. Anderson again in and out. And Chicago with a chance to reclaim the lead. Pippen. No basket. Hardaway. Call for the foul. Time has been called with 9:42 to go. And time now for tonight's Dutch boy in the paint. Rebounding edge has increased for Chicago since the first half. They're now up by 8. And in the center, Longley scoreless tonight after 14.
Well, Shaq had that big first half. They slowed him down in the 3rd quarter.
Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen on the bench.
I think they're resting. You know, Michael will be back in before we know it.
That person just came from Rodman's birthday party last week. You didn't go, did you?
No, I couldn't make it.
You know, Craig Sager did go.
Yeah, I heard he was there till 4 in the morning.
That's the rumor. Jordan and Jackson.
But that's his job. You know, Craig's got to report that. Someone's got to report it.
Neither Jordan nor Jackson was there. Here's Pippen at the line and a chance for a Chicago lead.
Well, Michael didn't get much of a rest. He's back on the court already, Vern, and their defense has just been awesome. Orlando doesn't know what to do. They can't get the ball to the post. They can't hit the wings. They can't do anything to run their offense because of Chicago's intensity at the other end.
Scottie Pippen struggling at the free throw line. He gets 1 of 2, though. He's now 2 of 6 in the game, and the Bulls are on top for the first time in the first quarter. They wiped out an 18-point 3rd quarter deficit. Harper guards Shaw. Entry pass. Back to Anderson now. Here's Scott. O'Neal only 4 points in the quarter, and Pippen with a steal. Underneath, Ron Harper. What a dandy heads-up play at both ends of the court for Scottie Pippen.
Orlando has no answers at the offensive end. They're just playing tight. They have no confidence in themselves. They can't even get the ball. It takes them to 13 seconds just to dribble it up the court and get the ball into Shaq. They force the double team again. Another turnover by Orlando.
Over and back. That's 14 turnovers in the game.
Well, beautiful anticipation by Scottie Pippen. He knows they're going into Shaq sometime. They've taken away the aggressiveness. The other players just standing around on the perimeter watching the ball go into Shaq. Beautiful execution after the turnover by Chicago.
Kukoc gets it to Pippen. Now Michael Jordan. Hardaway comes with a double. That leaves Ron Harper open. Scott with a rebound for Orlando. 8:33 to go in the game. A 3-point Chicago lead.
We can see Chicago, Vern, getting good looks. Even when they're missing, they're getting good looks at the basket.
In contrast to Orlando, right?
Orlando can't even get a shot at the basket, not even a good one.
5 fouls on Longley. Rodman comes back in. Kukoc, Rodman, Jordan, Harper, and Pippen.
This is a good lesson for teams, though. You know, there's a lot more to playing interior defense than just doubling post. This intensity on the perimeter has set the tone. They've had trouble even getting the ball down to Shaq.
Brian Shaw finally takes it strong to the basket and gets it off the glass for 2.
Beautiful move. That's only the second confident move, aggressive move on that perimeter pressure that Orlando has tried to, and made Chicago pay for extending their defense.
Jordan, 17 points in the third quarter, ignited the Chicago comeback. They're up by 1. Here's Jordan over Shaw.
Good execution, just a pin down out of that triangle offense, getting the wide open shot. Brian Shaw got picked off.
In this quarter, Shaw's layup ended an 0-for-7 run. He's got the ball in his hands now over Harper. 2 more.
Brian Shaw, 2 aggressive moves on Ron Harper, the defensive specialist for Chicago.
Harper underneath, kicks it back to Jordan. Shaw defends. On the line, turnover.
Some good defensive pressure for Orlando at the other end. Brian Shaw. Brian Shaw getting Orlando back in this game. You only want to play with confidence right now. They've got to get Shaq the ball down in the low post like they did in the first half. Force the double team, and Anderson, Scott, Hardaway, they got to make them pay.
Shaw. This one won't go. At the other end is Ron Harper. Saves it. It was an errant pass. Kukoc. Fouled by Hardaway. Before the basket. 6 minutes and 50 seconds left. It's turned into a dandy. Wiped out an 18-point deficit. They are up by 1, 74-73. They try to take a 2-0 edge. And what a contrast in offensive production for the 2 superstars in halves.
You know, Shaq had such a dominating first half. Chicago, every time he touched it in the third quarter, they double-teamed him very quickly. And here in the fourth quarter, he's only had 1 touch that led to a turnover. You know, it's the perimeter defense by the Bulls. They just can't. Orlando's just playing with no confidence. They can't even get the ball into their offensive sets.
And Kukoc at the free throw line. Turnovers 8 for Orlando in this half.
And Michael at the other end, 19 second half points. I think he just made up his mind. We only had 38 points in the first half. We need to score.
Bill Jackson up, lending encouragement and talking quietly with Scottie Pippen as Kukoc hits them both, and it's a 3-point edge once again. Randy Brown has come on for defensive purposes now, and he picks up Shaw with a little full court pressure.
And Randy Brown, you know, he's a guy that comes off the bench. He may be better than all of them at the pressure defense on the perimeter.
Now, Shaw had hurt them a couple of times. There's a illegal defensive call, illegal defense call.
Hey, Vern, I'm sorry. Forget about posting up Brian Shaw. Get the ball to Shaq on the block, force the double team, and they got to make him pay for the perimeter. They can't keep posting up Brian Shaw with Shaq on the court.
That's become almost as if they don't know he's there. Here's Scott with the technical. He gets it.
I mean, no offense to Brian Shaw. He's made 2 big hoops here in the quarter, but he's averaging 4 points a game in the playoffs.
Kukoc defends the inbound pass. Here's Shaw again. Randy Brown has him. O'Neal out on the perimeter. Now tries to get his position. Rodman comes in front. Makes the steal. Here's Randy Brown, who was fouled by Penny Hardaway.
And again, that was good defense by Rodman fighting over the top of Shaq, but it was the pressure defense by Randy Brown. He was all over the ball. Pippen gives him a good bump, slows him down, going down to the block, but we can't see it there on the screen. But Randy Brown was all over Brian Shaw. Couldn't see Dennis Rodman coming around the weak side.
Randy Brown will get a rest and the applause of the crowd. Young man who played 4 years in Sacramento, signed as a free agent here. He grew up in Chicago on the west side.
And you love that from your bench, Vern. Phil Jackson's got to go. That's great. The guy comes in, plays a couple minutes, causes a couple turnovers, makes things happen.
Rodman looks for the cutter, finds Kukoc. 5 in the shot clock. Pippen from way outside. No. And Scott is there to clear it for Orlando. A 2-point game, 5:53 to go. Anderson has missed all 5 of his 3-point shots tonight, takes another. Finally ends the drought.
And that's really critical. That's what they got to do. They got to get the ball down to Shaq. Chicago knows that Orlando hasn't been shooting the ball well on the perimeter. A couple shots like that might make Shaq get to play one-on-one again.
Orlando back on top by 1. Jordan with the answer. Nope. O'Neal with a rebound. Rodman is there defensively.
Just get the ball down to Shaq. The game's not that hard.
Here's Shaquille. He and Rodman reintroduce themselves to each other. And O'Neal gets it.
Good pass into the post right there. Shaq, good patience on offense, but again, they double-teamed him. Shaq actually had the shot or the pass out to the open Dennis Scott that time.
First field goal for O'Neal in the quarter. And a 3-point Orlando lead. A 6-0 run. Pippen. Rodman with the board. Illegal defense. O'Neal with 26 at the half. Hardaway had 12 and Scott 9.
And you can just, you can blame the Orlando offense some, but you got to give credit to that Chicago defense. It has been awesome.
Steve Kerr at the free throw line. Shoot the technical.
They got to be more aggressive, Vern. They're walking the ball up the court after makes because of the pressure by Chicago. They need to get the ball in the Penny's hands or Brian Shaw's hands and run the ball up the court, get the ball down to Shaq with an early clock. Instead of quit running all these plays for him, get the ball to him soon.
Steve Kerr. Jordan guarded by Shaw. Oh, the dandy rebound from Dennis Rodman. Timed it perfectly.
Well, Michael drew a lot of attention again on the drive. Dennis Rodman came free right down the lane for a beautiful putback.
Rodman has a playoff high of 14 points to complement his 11 rebounds. The double comes from Kerr, and O'Neal goes over Rodman for 2.
Beautiful play by Shaq. That time, Penny's presence in the corner paid off. Pippen didn't try to play both and help out on Shaq down in the low post.
Shaw guards Jordan. 3:45 remaining in regulation. Kukoc. Nope. Out of bounds.
Scottie Pippen is so long and athletic to keep that ball alive. Nick Anderson had good position on him, just couldn't keep him off the glass. But right here, look at 3 guys. There goes Shaq for the block again. Doesn't get the block. Dennis makes him pay for the easy dunk.
Magic leads by 2. Shaw guarded by Kerr. Looks for O'Neal. Traveling. No. Offensive foul on O'Neal.
Dennis Rodman is playing very aggressive defense all over Shaq. Pushing him, holding him, grabbing him, doing the playing defense the way he should. Shaq just tries to get Dennis off his arm and gets called for an offensive foul. Dennis has a hold of his arm right there. Shaq's just trying to free up his arm. I don't like that call.
Chicago Game 2 Eastern Conference Finals. Orlando trailed, or rather led, by as many as 18 in the third quarter. Jordan key to comeback. And Chicago took the lead, which they've now relinquished again. And with 3:21 in regulation, Orlando leading by 2 points. Let's check in with Craig Sager.
During the last time out, Michael Jordan complained of a cramp in his left calf. Trainer Chip Schaefer massaged the leg, also put some ice on it, and now he appears to be all right, but his left leg and calf was cramping up.
Chip Schaefer has been MVP for that team during the playoffs, hasn't he?
Well, I tell you what, Michael Jordan has put out so much energy tonight. It's amazing that he can even walk out there and still shoot those fadeaway jumpers, battling Brian Shaw right now.
Michael Jordan has played 40 minutes tonight, guarded by Shaw in the low post. Longley sets a double screen for him. Here's Jordan. The switch with Anderson on him. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
What a beautiful shot. Great defense by Nick Anderson. There's nothing you can do about that shot.
31 points for Jordan. We're tied. Under 3 minutes to go. Pippen on Hardaway. 4-3, Scott. Kerr has it. He's got Jordan left side, pulls up, takes the jumper, and hits it.
Big shot by Kerr. Orlando couldn't come out and contest the shot because Michael would have been left for the alley-oop dunk. But what a great defensive play by Jordan, contesting Dennis Scott's open three-pointer.
Now Jordan fouls Scott.
Well, right here, Dennis takes the ball to the hole, picks the ball up, going to the basket. They say no continuation, out of bounds.
Only the third team foul. So Orlando, it's stolen. Longley got in the way. Jordan, Randy Brown.
Well, Vern, they're trying to throw the ball into Shaq from the out-of-bounds play with 3 guys around Shaq. Set your offense up. Right here, look at all the traffic in there. There's no way they can get the ball to Shaq. Jordan and Luke Longley standing right next to him.
In the playoffs, Randy Brown, 5 of 6 thus far in limited action from the free throw line. Hardaway picked up his 5th foul.
That's what being a role player is all about. Come in, just do all the dirty work. Play as hard as you can because you're not going to get a lot of time.
2 big free throws for Randy Brown. The lead is 4. A 6-0 Chicago run. Randy Brown guards Shaw, goes for the steal. Tried to pick him from behind and was called for the foul. Too aggressive?
No, that's good defense. Almost got away with it. If he gets away with it, he gets an easy 2 the other way. No penalty. Take the ball out of bounds.
Team 4th. Anderson will inbound.
Pretty clean pick right there.
It sure was. They have trouble getting it in. Brown on Shaw. 2:10 remaining in regulation. And Chicago up by 4. O'Neal, Longley guards him. Brown comes with the double. Here's Shaw. No. O'Neal is fouled.
That's what Orlando has to do. Unfortunately, they got to make the threes. They got 4 pretty good perimeter shooters outside. The double team and Shaq, the second he touches the ball, they got to make him pay to have a chance to win.
Shaq has had a pretty good night. He's had a very good night by his standards at the free throw line. 4 of 6 so far. That wasn't pretty.
That ball never even got above the rim as it left his hand.
Rodman for Randy Brown. O'Neal shoots 1 more. .150 in regulation. Jordan gets it to Tony Kukoc.
Shaq's done his job, Bernie. Dominated the first half, caused the double teams by the Bulls defense. Orlando's perimeter players haven't made him pay.
4 on the shot clock. Jordan, no. Offensive board, Pippen, and a fresh 24 with 90 seconds to go.
Beautiful play by Scottie Pippen. Huge. You know, everybody knows they're going to go to the offensive board. You still can't stop them.
Rodman. Foul before the shot. Rodman will go to the free throw line there in the penalty.
You know, Orlando's a very good offensive team, Vern. This defense, they got 3 first-team all-defensive players, Rodman, Pippen, and Jordan. And then you got guys that may be better than all of them. Randy Brown coming off the bench. Ron Harper's done a spectacular job all year at the defensive end for him. This is one defensive basketball team.
Rodman doing his best to emulate Shaq O'Neal at the free throw line. A clanger with his first. 82 seconds to go in regulation. Rodman shoots one more when we come back. Chicago Bulls, in quest of their 4th NBA title in the 90s, lead the Orlando Magic in quest of their first NBA title ever. The lead is 4. Orlando was up by 15 at the half, by 18 early third quarter. But Michael Jordan ignited a comeback. Dennis Rodman has been a force tonight with 12 rebounds and 14 points. And now with 82 seconds to go, Jordan and the Bulls lead by 4 with Rodman at the free throw line.
And I wonder where Penny Hardaway's been in this fourth quarter. He's 0 for 1 in the fourth quarter, no assists. Brian Shaw's been handling the ball 90% of the time and having difficulty getting them into their offense.
Rodman gets 1 of 2. Full court pressure applied by the Bulls.
Scottie Pippen did a great job right there. Maybe that's the answer. Scottie Pippen won't let Penny Hardaway catch the ball. But Penny Hardaway, as great a player as he is, has to demand the ball.
Hardaway waits left side. Shaw now gets it in his hand. 10 on the shot clock, 65 to play. 65 seconds, that is. Hardaway stripped and knocked out of bounds with 4 seconds on the shot clock.
Another big defensive play by Pippen and Harper, sealing off the drive by Hardaway.
Scott, 3 on the shot clock. Oh, big block by Jordan. And a shot clock violation. Michael Jordan.
And we can see Michael, he's limping a little bit, grimacing as he's walking down. Those calves and those cramps are hurting. But hey, a minute to go in the game, you got to grind it out. Had a big advantage. Scott knew that he had to shoot it. Jordan knew Scott had to shoot it. A tough situation for Dennis Scott.
Steve Kerr comes on now for the Bulls. Pippen inbounds to Kukoc. Kerr finds Rodman.
We're 5 points down at this much time on the clock. If Rodman catches the ball, I'm sorry, I got a foul him. Scottie Pippen hasn't been very good from the line tonight either.
Kerr guarded closely by Anderson. 11-10 on the shot clock underneath. Pippen gets it to fall.
Anything but a lay-in. Anything.
A 9-0 Chicago run. The lead is 7. Foul. Kukoc or Kerr? Kukoc, his 5th.
Good play by Nick Anderson, forcing the issue, becoming aggressive, drawing the 3 free throws.
And a 3-shot foul.
Well, they're down 7. They certainly need all 3 of these free throws. And they're going 29 seconds. They're obviously going to have to foul. Chicago coming in with Luke, a much better free throw shooter than Dennis.
Longley on, Rodman sits. Rodman's arguing with Phil Jackson for taking him out of the game. And with some degree of discontent takes his place at the end of the bench.
Well, that's a smart play. They need the rebound right here, but Orlando has to foul right away. Chicago just has to inbound the ball. Longley's a much better free throw shooter on the year than is Dennis Rodman.
Rodman's not too unhappy.
Dennis says, let me get the rebound. Let me take the ball out of bounds. I can pass it.
2 of 3 for Anderson at the line. Just under 30 seconds remaining, and the lead is 5.
You need to foul Scottie Pippen right now. He struggled from the free throw line. You don't want to foul Kerr.
Hardaway guards Jordan, and he'll go to the line. Hardaway is fouled out.
Well, they let 10 seconds go off the clock there before they committed the foul. Chicago did the smart thing, got the ball into Michael's hands right away.
Hardaway limited in his effectiveness in the fourth quarter. He winds up with 18 points, 6 of 15 from the field. Anthony Bowie takes his spot.
The entire Magic team was limited in their effectiveness in the fourth quarter and the third quarter.
Jordan gets the first. Certainly a different story, Danny, from that humiliation they suffered here on Sunday. But what of an 18-point lead that you allow to get away on the road.
Yeah, that defensive pressure. You know, they worked so hard in the first 8 minutes of the third quarter. 4 points. 4 minutes to go in the third quarter. We said, hey, they've only gained 1 point. They go on a 10-0 run at that point, and it hasn't stopped since.
Pitching in the game and a 7-point Chicago lead. We talked about the great defensive team they have, Danny, and they've really shown their mettle here in the last 17 minutes.
Oh, there's no question, Vern. They've only scored 18 points, Orlando has, in the last 17 minutes of the game. And they've done a good job on Shaq. Shaq had some good spurts. They just doubled the heck out of him the second he touched the ball the entire second half.
Remember, we were talking about a team scoring 100 against Chicago just before the half. Well, Orlando has scored 30 in this half. Anderson, Shaw puts it up. Rebound O'Neal. Back to Shaw for 3. Got it! And a 4-point lead. Foul called on the inbound play.
Big shot by Brian Shaw, keeping him with a slim chance. Michael can make these free throws and seal the win.
The lead is 4 with 7.6 remaining.
Michael talking to Scottie Pippen and Ron Harper said, how can we give up a 3-point shot?
Jordan at the line where he's 13 of 14 tonight. Rodman back. Hardaway fouled out.
You know, Vern, Chicago has only held serve winning these first 2 games. It's important for Orlando now to go home and win these 2 games.
Then it becomes a 3-game series.
3-game series. That's going to be a lot tougher to do than it seems to just beat Chicago any place.
Time called, 7.6 to go. Of NBA telecast on TNT as the Seattle Sonics go into Salt Lake City to take on the Utah Jazz. Game 3, 8:30 Friday night. That'll be preceded by a pregame show beginning at 8 o'clock. And here at the United Center, it went down to the wire as the Chicago Bulls came from 18 down in the third quarter. And they are up by 6 now with 7.6 remaining in regulation.
Vern, this Chicago team is absolutely incredible. I don't think I've ever seen a half of defensive basketball like I've seen tonight. Just take a good offensive Orlando team completely out of their game.
Scott will inbound. Shaw underneath. The dunk is good. 5.3 left in this one.
I don't understand that play. A 3-pointer is all they need. They only had 2 possessions. They have no timeouts. They need 3-pointers. Now they don't have enough time.
And the foul is called. This is our last telecast for Danny and me, our first year together, and we want to thank our producer, Mike Burks, for all the fine work in the truck, Lonnie Dale, our director, our associate director, Joe Vincius, and our font coordinator, Ted Ballard, known affectionately as Hoiberg.
Fred Hoiberg, Jr.
And all the folks back in Atlanta for their support throughout the playoffs.
I was talking to Nancy Lieberman before the game tonight, Vern, and I think she's the best woman basketball player of all time.
Now, you're stirring up a hornet's nest. You know that.
I'm just trying to ruffle Cheryl's feathers back in Atlanta.
Nancy Lieberman-Klein is among those here tonight. She just was inducted into the Basketball Hall of Fame.
No more Dallas stories, Vern.
Oh, come on. She's a Dallas gal. Scott, it's over. The Bulls are up 2-0. Michael Jordan with 17 in the third quarter. And let's quickly check in with Craig Sager.
Well, Michael, you guys were down 18 in the third quarter. The defensive pressure was relentless. What changed?
As you say, we went into halftime, and I think we had time enough to make adjustments to the way they made adjustments after game one. And defensively, we felt that, you know, Shaq did a lot of work in the first half, so we figured he was a little tired, but we were going to try to double team him anyway. And we were able to shut down their scores. And, you know, we moved up the pressure on the defensive end, and we created a lot of turnovers and got right back in the ballgame.
Did you feel like you had to carry the offensive burden in the third quarter?
Well, I'm a leader of this ball club, and I got to do something to try to get people involved if I feel it's stagnant. And, you know, we didn't really play particularly well today offensively. And, you know, I had a chance to open it up for the team and get everybody involved. Once I got a couple of steals, everybody started to believe, and we started working harder.
I know I'll let you go in. Your legs are cramping up, but how bad are they?
You know, I just got tired. You know, I really pushed myself, and I think everybody did, and I just started cramping up a little bit. But, you know, for a win, I take it.
It wouldn't be right for the MVP to lose on the night he gets the trophy anyway. Thanks, Michael. Let's go back to Vern.
Yeah, I'm still trying to figure out who the guy was in this country who voted him fourth in the MVP race. Well, we have been joined by Scottie Pippen. Danny just made the point, Scottie, that he hadn't seen a better defensive effort in years in that second half from you guys.
Well, we knew for us to win this ball game, we had to come out and play some good defense second half. This is a team that can score a lot of points, and we realized that coming into this series against them. So we let them get off to a good start in the first half due to the fact that Horst wasn't playing. We really didn't have a feel for this ball club, but we were able to figure them out in the second half.
Well, Scotty, Shaq dominated the game so much in the first half down in the low post. In the second half, you guys decided to double team him, but you didn't even have to double team him most of the time because you guys were able to extend your defense on the perimeter, and they had a tough time even getting the ball into their offense.
Well, they had them losing the first game, so they had the opportunity to make some adjustments, and it kind of affected us the first half. But the second half, we made some adjustments at halftime and gave it some different looks, and it was a different in the ball game.
Well, you just missed a triple-double tonight, 17 points, 10 rebounds, and 9 assists. And really a terrific job on Penny Hardaway tonight, Scotty.
Well, it was a lot better job than what I did on him on Sunday. You know, Penny's an explosive player, and I know he's tough for me to try to defend, but the thing I try to do is keep the ball out of his hand and not allow them not to be able to run their offense.
Of course, you've really just held serve now. You've got to go down to Orlando.
Yeah, we have. I mean, we got to go there and try to get a game, and the first game would be the best one. So when we go in their arena, we know it's a tough place to play. It's a tough place for us to win, but, you know, I think we got a lot of confidence against this team now.
Scotty, talking about Penny Hardaway, you know, you did a great job of denying him the ball, but it didn't seem like when you guys were playing that full court pressure defense, it didn't even seem like he was touching the ball. They were letting Dennis Scott, Nick Anderson, and Brian Shaw get him into their offense.
Well, I think it was the fact that, you know, I try to work him throughout the game, and he plays the heavy minutes as well as myself. And, you know, when that stage of the game come, I feel like that my defense has been a factor throughout the whole game and not just in the second half. So I felt like he was a little fatigued as well as myself.
Great game.
Scotty, congratulations to you and the rest of the Bulls. They come from 18 down in the third quarter, and they wind up winning it by 5, 93-88 the final, as Chicago goes up 2-0 in the series. And just one tiny bit of drama remaining. Dennis Rodman finds an unusual character to give the jersey to.